a service of CNC Worldwide.
The Daily Podcast is a service of CNC News brought to you by the Greece Chamber of Commerce, providing more than 800 member companies with business solutions since 1984. Lots to tell you about today, so let's get to it. New York Senator Charles Schumer wants to make it a federal crime for anyone to tamper with the cell phone's identifying number. Schumer is in Rochester Tuesday with Police Chief Jim Shepard, who says about 75% of reported robberies in the city now involve stealing a smartphone. In Rochester, street robbery is up by 15% this year. The senator says there's a black market in stolen cell phones, helping fuel a national increase in those crimes. Each cell phone has a unique identifying number. Schumer wants to set up a national cell phone database of those numbers so stolen phones can be tracked or disabled by the phone company, and he wants to make it a federal crime with a 5-year penalty to reprogram the identifying number. Monroe County Executive Maggie Brooks is releasing the 2014 county budget proposal Tuesday afternoon. We'll have to leave that for our next podcast because it's past the deadline. A second person is arrested in the shooting death of a 15-year-old high school honors student. Rochester police have charged Pedro Diaz of Rochester with second-degree murder. He's on the right. He was arrested on Monday following Sunday's arrest of Tyquan Elmore, who's on the left in the screen, also for second-degree murder. Both Elmore and Diaz are accused in the death of Tyshawn Williams, who was shot multiple times when he answered the door of his grandmother's house on Adams Street. Police also have an arrest in the shooting of a man on Masseth Street over the weekend. Jesse Mathis of Rochester escaped with minor injuries and took himself to the hospital. Police tracked down Lloyd Kennedy of Rochester and arrested him at a house on Colvin Street, also recovering a shotgun, and he is charged with assault. A man's in critical condition at Strong Memorial Hospital after being shot early this morning on Hazelwood Terrace. Captain John Corbelli says it happened about 2:25 this morning in front of a house. A 30-year-old man was the victim. Police haven't said anything about the circumstances. They're asking for anyone with information to please call 911. An elderly Batavia man is dead because of a house fire early this morning. Genesee County Sheriff's Office says crews were called shortly after 2 in the morning, got to the burning house, and found a woman trying to get out the back. They rescued her, but later found the body of her husband inside. They're investigating the cause of that Tuesday morning fire. A woman was rescued from the second-floor window of a burning house in Livingston County early Tuesday morning by a quick-thinking sheriff's deputy. The Livingston County Sheriff's Office says they got a call about 1:15 from a house in Avon. The occupant telling 911 the house was full of smoke and she couldn't get out. Deputies arrived to find Diane Vonglis hanging out a window with the smoke billowing around her. Deputy Timothy Sweeting got into the garage, found a ladder, used it to reach the window, and he was able to get her down safely. Vonglis was taken to Strong Memorial for treatment of smoke inhalation. Investigation shows the oven left on self-cleaning mode caught fire and set fire to the house. Xerox Corporation says it is now making more than half its money, 56% of it, by providing management services to other businesses, and it's planning to grow that number to 66% by 2017. This is coming from remarks prepared by the CEO, Ursula Burns, to be delivered to Xerox shareholders at an investor conference on Tuesday. One of the places they hope to get bigger is in healthcare, which is a fast-growing market. Some of the latest Xerox products are software packages that states can use to manage their Medicaid programs more efficiently. One of the county-owned local development corporations in the crosshairs of a state investigation brought its lawyers together for a special meeting on Monday to figure out how to comply with an order to dump its major contractor. Upstate Telecommunications is one of the LDCs set up by Monroe County. This one manages the upgrade of the county's emergency communications system. It, in turn, hired Navitech to handle the job. Last week, Monroe County Executive Maggie Brooks ordered the LDC to fire Navitech after 2 men associated with the company and 2 former county officials, one of them, of course, her husband, were indicted for bid rigging. Board Chairman Hank Stewart is quoted in several reports saying the board has got to figure out how to comply with Brooks' order without grinding the project to a halt. And the Buffalo News says a former Republican candidate for governor may run against Democrat Andrew Cuomo again, but as a conservative this time. Carl Palladino is a favorite with the Tea Party wing of the GOP. Palladino told the Buffalo News he may go for the Conservative Party nomination for governor next year unless Republicans overhaul their leadership in the state legislature. Specifically, Palladino wants the Assembly Minority Leader, Brian Kolb of Canandaigua, out, and also the co-president of the state Senate, Dean Skelos. Palladino says neither man has been vocal in opposing Governor Cuomo on the New York Safe Gun Control Act and on other issues of concern to conservatives. Palladino says if Republicans don't take a more conservative turn, he will try for governor as a conservative, hope he gets more votes than the Republican nominee, and that would knock the GOP out of its automatic major party designation and put the conservatives into that place. They would then control half of the state and local boards of election. Links to these and other stories are found to the left of the player window on CNC Pages, and at the bottom links are there that you can use to post news, information, and all that kind of thing, listings directly to us. Next podcast is As It Happens, updates as necessary, and I'm Bud Lowell, CNC News.